So let's get out our maths memory card, the first side of this topic, inequality regions, and let's look at the key objectives we want to get out of this lesson. So the first is how to plot three different types or categories, let's say, of equations. We'll go through that as we go along. They'll be called singled, linear, and rearranged. And we'll learn a new technique for the rearranged type of equations, the double zero method. This is called inequality graphs, obviously, and the grading is roughly a grade 6 on this one over here. Here's a space, obviously, for your best examples in this lesson, and here are your 3 stepping stones for 3 steps you may want to write down by the end of this. Let's turn over to write sections in our toolkit. So on the back of your maths memory card, create these 2 clear sections on the toolkit. This is where you're going to create your important stuff for this lesson so far. So section A, section B, let's hit on now with back to basics. Question 1, back to basics. So press pause, write these 4 parts down, press play when you're ready. So we're going to call these different kinds of equations single equations because you only have, let's say, one number or variable in them. Okay, you should master these. We're going to call all the singles green over here. So the first thing, let's look at y equals x over here. So y equals x is simply going to be, if you look at this, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. It's very simple. We'll do like a line representing this. Let's see what we get. That's y equals x. Okay, so y equals x, very, very simple. Done. Next one, y equals minus x. So this will be minus 1, comma 1, minus 2, comma 2. Very simple, but the other way around, if you see that. Let's draw a line to represent that again. So y equals minus x. There we go. Y equals minus x. Next one, x equals 2. So x equals 2, this would be a line over here. It would be a line in the vertical axes along there. X equals 2. Now most people think actually it's the other way around. It's on the x-axis, but actually this is x equals 2. So don't get confused with that, okay? It's not what the axis is. X equals 2 will always be over here. In a similar way, whoops, we have y equals minus 3. So y equals minus 3 would be a horizontal way. Let's go across over here. Y equals 3, and this would be, you've guessed it, over here. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. We'll go across over here. So that's y equals minus 3. So there you have it. All your singles. That's all you need to know for the first step on this. Question 2, back to basics. Press pause, write these questions down, parts A, B, and C. Press play when you're ready. So in this case, we're going to categorize these set of equations as linear, okay? Like y equals mx plus c. This is the core kind of idea behind this, okay? So y equals mx plus c. And we'll call these all orange, linear graphs. Now, we call this L for linear, okay? Let's look at this, y equals 2x plus 1. So how do we plot this? The really quick sketch method. We'll look at the y-intercept first, the plus 1, which is over here. And the 2 is the gradient. So this is the second thing we'll look at. That means every one you go across from here, you go up 2. 1 across, up 2. Again, 1 across, up 2. We have 3 points, always do 3 points. We simply draw a line that links them all together. So we have it like this. And this will be a rough idea of how y equals 2x plus 1 looks like. So make sure you understand how to identify a linear one. And more importantly, how to draw it. Y equals 2x plus 1. Next one, y equals minus 2x plus 3. So again, the y-intercept first. Look at the y-intercept plus 3. And the gradient is minus 2. So plus 3 is over here. Everyone you go across, you go down 2. 1, 2. Everyone you go across, you go down 2. 1, 2. Again, we'll do a line like this. And join up all the 3 dots together. So we have these 3 dots over here. There we go. That's quite rough, actually. There we go. Okay. So that is y equals 3x plus, minus 2x plus 3, rather. Okay. There we go. Last one, y equals 3x. So this is again a linear type of graph. We'll put plus 0 here. Always do that to help you give you kind of perspective. plus 0 is our y-intercept, 3 is our gradient. So 0 is our y-intercept over here. Everyone you go across, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's 1 point. Another one, across 1, up 3. 1, 2, 3. Another one over there. So we should be able to sketch this quite easily now. Let's do this. So we've got this, all three of them. There we go. And this is the graph of y equals 3x. So there you have it. These are all linear lines. Linear lines, y equals mx plus c. This is the second type of categorization we'll look at. We'll look at inequality graphs. Question 3, back to basics. So press pause, write this question down, press play when you are ready. So we're going to call this type of categorization rearranging, okay? And rearranging is when you see equations in the form of x plus y on the left-hand side of an equal sign, let's say. Something like this, okay? Now, there are two ways of doing this. X plus y equals 5. How do we sketch this? Now, there's the rearranging way, which could obviously mean you make it look like y equals mx plus c. So it could mean y equals minus x plus 5. This is very similar to how we looked at the linear equations. You can plot this, the y-intercept is this, and the gradient is this. Another way I like to use, let's call this method 1. That's rearranging, by the way. Another method is the double zero method. Now, this is much better and much quicker. If x is 0, we'll put x is 0 over here. We'll put y is 0 over here as well. If x is 0, what would y be? If x is 0 here, 0 plus what gives you 5? Y would equal 5. This is one coordinate over here. Secondly, we have this. If y was 0, over here, what would x have to be to make it 5? It'd simply be x is 5 as well. We plot these two coordinates over here, 0, 5. 0, 5 is over here. We plot 5, 0 is over here. And guess what? You just draw a line through it. That's how simple this is. Okay, so this is called the double zero method. It's quite effective. There we go. And this is how you do anything to do with x plus y equaling a number. Okay, so this is x plus y equals 5. Let's look at this one over here, and let's do method 2 now, which is the double zero method. Let's write double zero method actually over here. The preference is with you, whatever you want to use. Okay, let's use the double zero method over here. So x is 0, and let's do y equals 0 over here. Right, if x is 0, 3 times 0 is 0. So 0 plus what gives you 6? So 2 times something gives you 6. Y will have to be 3. If we go backwards over here as well, if y is 0, over here, 2 times 0 is 0. 3 times what therefore gives you 6. It'll be 2. So x is 2. Simply plot this along here. X is 2, y is 3. That's over here. And x is 2, y is 0 over here. And we join them up again. Same concept. It'll always be downward sloping like this. So there you have it. These are your two different ways of drawing x plus y equals c. But the double zero method is far more effective if you ask me. This is 3x plus 2y equals 6. And these are in red. And they'll be out through the whole video red as well for rearranging. So these are the three different types of categories we need to really master within this topic over here. Single, linear, rearranged. So look how they look like over here. You have got to be very, very sharp and identify these in every single question. They won't give you anything else, just single, linear, and rearranged. So write this down, press pause on this. So this is section B of your toolkit. What we've learned so far is the double zero method. This is used for a type of equation where you rearrange it, i.e. x plus y on the left hand side of the inequality. So make sure you understand this example, x plus y is less than 4. A little top tip as well is that most regions are likely to be formed or shaded in commonality of a triangle form. So press pause, write this down. This will help you with the let's do it exercises to come. Question 1, core 1. Press pause, draw these three inequalities, and press play when you're ready. Shade in the common region as well. So this question is all about inequalities, and the reason why we did the back to basics was to get you familiar with not only the three types of equations, but how to draw equations with an equal sign. So on the grid, shade the region. So region means inequality graphs, okay, that satisfy all of these three inequalities over here. So we have three different types we figured out. Let's look at the first one, y is greater than 1. So y is greater than 1. So this would be a single line over here. Okay, let's put a key for green like we did before. Single. Okay, remember x equaling a number or y equaling a number, single. So how do we draw basically y equals 1? That's the question over here. It's fairly simple. Y equals 1 is simply going to be over here. Y equals 1. We'll go across. This is y equals 1 over here. So we'll write y equals 1. Don't worry about the inequality sign as yet. We'll deal with that at the end. First of all, just understand the three categories and how we can deal y equaling a number rather than inequality over here. Second one, we have x plus y is less than 6. So this is going to be rearranging. This is going to be a red one over here. We'll write rearranging too. Okay. Although we don't rearrange it, we use the double zero method, remember. You could rearrange it, but we prefer the double zero method. So basically, we have x plus y is equal to 6. Double zero method, x equals 0, and I'll put y equals 0 over here as well. I'll do two little things like this. If x is 0, 0 plus something gives you 6, so y has got to give you 6. Before we forget, 0, 6 is over here. And obviously, x equaling a number as well, x something plus 0 gives you 6. It's got to be 6 as well. That's why it's so easy to use. So 6, 0 is over here, and you've guessed it, we just draw a line that goes between these 2 points over here. So this one and this one. This will be x plus y equals 6. Let's look at the last but not least. Let's look at the last one, and this one is going to be a linear one. We call it linear, or y equals mx plus c, same thing. Okay, so if y equals 2x plus 0, we're going to add a 0 here to give it more context. So this is the y-intercept. This over here is the gradient. So we want to do the y-intercept first. 0. We want 0 over here. Everyone we go across, we go up 2. 1, 2. Everyone you go across, up 2. Do 3 points. We draw a nice line in between all three of them. This is the graph of y equals 2x. Let's write it over here. Y equals 2x. Now we look at all three of them and we try to figure out which is which over here. So y is greater than 1. It's got to be above here. X plus y is less than 6. It's got to be below this red line over here. And y is less than 2x. It's got to be below this orange line over here. 99% we end up with a triangle. And you guess what? This is a triangle over here as well. This is the final version of what you should shade in for this question. Question 2, challenge. Press pause, write these three parts down, try to shade in the three inequalities that match or are common to these, and press play when you're ready. So let's deal with the first one over here. We have 2x plus y is greater than 6. So how do we do this? Let's think of what kind of category this is. Is it single? Is it linear? Or rearranging? Now this would be under rearranging. Okay, because obviously x and y on the left hand side. Let's write this as 2x plus y equals 6. Okay, never write the inequality sign. 2x plus y equals 6. Let's do the double zero method on this. So when x is 0, when x is 0, y would be 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 6. Y is 6. 0, 6. Similarly, if y is 0 over here, 2 times something plus 0 equals 6. So it's 2 times 3. X would equal 3. 3, 0. We have that cornered over there. Let's now do a line between both of these over here. So there we have it. We have a line linking both of these. This is the graph of 2x plus y equals 6. Let's do the next one over here. So this one, we have a linear equation over here. And the linear was a orange one from back to basics. So we write y equals a third x plus 0. Remember the plus 0 to give it context, that's the y-intercept. A third is the gradient. So the y-intercept is first, which is 0. Every one you go across, you go up a third. That's quite small. Every one you go across, up a third. Every one you go across, up a third. That's enough. Let's draw this line over here. So you have a line roughly looking like this. So this is y equals a third x. Last but not least, we have a last one over here. This is our linear one. Not linear. This is a single one. Sorry, this is a single one. One of the first we did on Back to Basics. This means x is in between. 2 arrows facing to the left means in between 3 and 4. Okay, so between 3 and 4, it's going to be 2 vertical lines. So 3, this is our first one over here. Between this one and let's say this one over here. That's done quite approximately. Okay, so that would be how you deal with that. Okay, that's quite self-explanatory. So let's look now and put them all together. So 2x plus y is greater than 6. That's got to be anything above this red line over here. Y is less than a third x. So if you look at this orange line, it's going to be below it, everything below here. And it's going to be in between x is 3 and x is 4. If you look at all of that, this is the common area that all 3 inequalities share. It looks like a trapezium actually, and this would be your final answer for this. At the end, shade in the common area. This is how we do it like that, okay? But when you sketch each one of these, they've got to fall into rearranging, linear, and single in the exam. And you draw step by step each one with an equal sign. That's key. But at the end, you've got to use your common sense and obviously put them back to an inequality. So let's sum up now what you should have learned in this lesson over here on inequality graphs, or regions should we say. So we've learned how to plot 3 types of equations: single, linear, and rearranged. Okay, different kinds of colors. And you've learned also the double zero method. We've learned that when you rearrange x plus y equals a number, you learn a shortcut for that. These are the 3 stepping stones over here. So 3 steps we've taken to understand this topic. 1, decide equation type, SLR. 2, plot the graphs as an equal sign, obviously. 3, look at these as inequalities, obviously, and try to memorize all 3 stage by stage, and shading the common region. In this topic, by the way, we've made no distinction between more than or less than. Okay, we've used just a solid line for every single line here. But in the exam, you could have obviously solid lines for more than or less than equal to, or dotted lines, which means you can't touch it, for more than or less than. But for this topic, just to understand it, everything has been a solid line to make it easier. So this is how you should have your toolkit filled out at the moment, parts A and parts B. And we're going to use this now towards our Let's Do It questions. So we have part A, SLR. You should know what these 3 different types of inequalities are, and the double zero method for solving the rearranging type. Question 1, let's do it. Press pause, write these 3 inequalities down, draw them the best you can, shade in the common area, press play when you're ready. So well done, you've now completed inequality regions and learned a few tips and tricks for this. So go back to your notes, keep your revision cards safe, look back at sections, and obviously rate yourself on your feel-good factor on your revision planner right now.